Hi class. In this video what I want to do is I want to talk about correlation and the best fit line. Okay, so this is a problem from section 9.5 and it's Mindscape number 15. So what we have here is we have a bunch of graphs, and what each one of these circles represent is, on each graph, they represent an individual data point within those graphs, okay? So it says we have some scatter plots shown, and then the line through it is what is called quote unquote the best fit line. It's the line that best goes through the data. And it says match each graph to its correlation value from the following set of values. So we have a correlation value of 0.5, -1, 0.9, negative 0.7, 0, and 0.2. Okay. First off, there's 5 values here, or I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 values, but only 4 graphs. Okay, so 2 of the values are definitely not going to be part. First off, you can tell -1 is not represented in any of these graphs, because when you have a correlation value that's either 1 or -1, it means the data follows a straight line. So -1 would mean that the little circles are going right in a straight line, which they're not. They're kind of all over the place. And same thing with +1. It would be straight up. So it can't be -1 or 1. That's great. All right, so data set A here, what you're seeing here with this data, all right, and why the answer is 0.9 here, what you're seeing is this data is pretty close together and definitely moving up in a positive manner. Okay, so there's a definite positive relationship in this data set here. So what that means is the value is definitely close to +1. So going through the values, this one here is close to +1, and that's where this value comes in. For B, what we're saying, when you see a line that's flat like this through the data, what it means is there's no correlation between the data values. Okay, so there's no positive or negative correlation between the data values. So that means its correlation value has to be 0 right here. This one right here is another positive one. Okay, but notice how it's going upward pretty. You can definitely see the upward trend. Since we've already used 0.9, that means we have 0.5 and 0.2 left. An R value of 0.2, the line would be closer to a flat line than a positive sloping line like this. So this correlation of this graph has to be 0.5. Similarly, right here, since this is sloping downward, okay, it means there's negative correlation between the data values. And so since it can't be -1, the correlation value for graph D here has to be -0.7. All right, class, I hope this helped kind of understand the difference between these R values and what the graphs might look like.